I'm so excited. Well, guys, I'm Marissa, your co-host with my other co-host.
And I'm Stormy Knight, your other co-host, and welcome to Mixtape Social Talks. We are here today with Liz and Sine, and we're so excited to have them here. And they are the owners of Licifit, and we're going to dive into some questions about how they came together and how they started their business, and we're going to go ahead and dive in a little deeper with some personal questions as well.
I love that. Honestly, guys, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming on. It's just so nice to be able to sit down and chat. The last time I actually met you guys was at our social, and I told Stormy, you guys blew me away. You're so sweet. You guys are so professional, but you guys are just down real human beings. And it's just nice to see successful women being nice to one another and actually just encouraging other women to do better. And that's what your brand is all about, which is what I love. So I think a lot of people want to know is just how you guys kind of got started. What made you guys connect and start the Lisi brand?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, thank y'all for having us. We absolutely adore both of you. Take it away, C. I know you got this story on lock.
Yes.
The first day that we met.
Yes, I actually do know the date. It was.
We have an anniversary.
Yes.
Okay. How long has this relationship been going?
It's been since July 12th, 2015. Liz and I met at a day party. When I decided to move to LA, I didn't know anybody. I had one college friend that I went to school with, and she had invited me out to a day party. And at that point, I was like, girl, anything. I'm like, invite me anywhere, I'll go do anything at this point. I didn't know anyone. So yeah, I went to the day party, and there was a little pregame, and that's where Liz was, because my friend and Liz knew the same person.
Okay.
So yeah, we met there. Liz was a little standoffish, it took her a while to warm up to me.
Shade.
I am.
But once we got there, she warmed up to me, and
was it a shot involved?
I'm going there.
Yeah.
I'm going there. So
many.
I kept looking at her butt. I'm like, wow, her butt is so nice. And I wonder what she's doing over there. So I went up to her. I was like, hey, is your butt real? And then she had asked me something about my eyes, are my eyes real? And we looked at each other okay, let's take a shot for realness. And after that, it was
we were attached at the hip, inseparable.
Oh my goodness.
That's very rare when you think about it.
Yeah, because girl, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna take a shot with some random girl
Exactly.
No, you just when you just feel a vibe with somebody.
100%.
And
you guys have that mutual friend anyway, so
it was a promoter friend that we ended up all going out together, and it was me, my sister, and Sine, and we were together the whole rest of the day. And then I invited Sine to come to a workout class the next day, her very first workout class.
That was on a Sunday. So the Monday she had texted me hey, you want to do this workout class? And I never really took the gym serious. I used to dress in cute outfits and go to the gym, take a picture, and
I was here.
Yep, I was here. Goodbye. So yeah, Liz invited me to the class. I mean, she could tell you how I showed up.
She was dressed to the nines, full matching fit. I had never seen anything like it before. Full face, hair down, straightened, ready to go. And I showed up super grungy, I'm ready to work. I get in the front, I have my baggy tee on, I'm ready to sweat it out, right? So I get up in the front, she's like, what are you doing up there? Get back here, get back here. And
so I was all the way in the back of the class and she was in the front, but I just watched what she was doing, and I never really took a workout class. So the whole class is going right, I'm going left, they're doing left leg, I'm doing right leg. I was like, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. I'm taking water. I'm how do you get through a workout class with no water? I'm just in the middle of it, I sat down and started drinking my water. Everyone's just moving around me. I'm oh my God. But I got through. We started doing workout classes together.
Mm-hmm. And now you guys, which is crazy because you have a known workout brand now, and that wasn't even in your mindset at all.
And I have to say too, because I've been to their events, right? I mean, there are a plethora of women, and every time I go, it just grows and grows and grows each time. And so they're building a community of women, and so it goes to everything. We have to start back to where it all began. How did you guys decide to be business partners? How did you guys decide to grow business together and go from there?
I don't think there was ever really a moment where we're okay, we're gonna do business together, let's figure out something. It was the idea came, and I'm oh my God, we would be perfect for this. So yeah, it just like evolved from there. But it wasn't like, okay, we're gonna start a business and then here's the idea. It was the idea, and then like who would be the perfect two to do it.
Yeah. So from like when we were, starting to work out together, like, Sine kind of inspired me to, start wearing these like cute matching fits, and we would be like looking all over Adidas, Nike, these different brands that, had these matching like fits, and they just like didn't fit right, like we were like, they could be so much better. Yeah. There's just something missing, So we were known at that time for just like doing our like fun workout videos together. And, during that time, like there was really, nothing else like in the market. And we were like, okay, let's try and like, okay, she's going to wear a full blue set. I'm going to wear a full like red set, and, and then like basically the fits were just like not, they didn't fit right. So Sine was like going to take them to the tailor and make sure that like they fit right. And then our friends would be like, oh my God, these are so cute. Like, where'd you get these? And she'd be like, well, girl, these are fully reconstructed by me.
Like, it was a process to get here.
And my tailor. But, and then it just kind of like evolved from there because we just kept wanting to do these workout videos where we wanted to, show what we were doing, but like match together and kind of coordinate. And there just wasn't that much like out there at all. So, a lot of our friends were just like, you guys should kind of like do something with this, And again, we had no idea. Like Sine had this idea. She wanted to do like a clothing boutique like forever. Like there was just like, she wanted to do either like, dresses, going out clothes, like things like that. And I was like, I love that. Like do that. That's bomb. Like, like you're going to be great at that. And then
I went to personal
she went to personal training school. I was a personal trainer at the time, but, we were all trying to like kind of figure it out. You know how it is in LA, like everybody's trying to like make ends meet. We're trying to do a little bit of everything.
Oh yeah.
And it's frustrating. It's like, I didn't even know what I wanted to do either.
Yeah.
It's like I moved to LA. I used to work at BB and Nordstrom. But when like I came here, I was like, okay, maybe I'll be like a personal stylist. It's not. And it was so frustrating not knowing what I wanted to do. Like I knew I was like, I had drive, I had motivation, but I didn't know where to put that energy. And I was like working like these like whatever jobs. Yeah. It was just like not fulfilling. So yeah, when I saw Liz with her personal training business, I was like, oh, like maybe I'll be a personal trainer. So for 9 months, I went to school for Monday through Friday from like 9 to 2. And by the end of like the 9-month program, they said that we had to write like a business plan. And in the back of my head, I'm like, God, I can barely get myself to the gym. How am I going to train other people? And I was like, I just wasted all this money. Yeah. I had this complete like anxiety attack. So I went to the head of school and I was like, hi, like, this is not really for me. Can I do like a business plan on a women's fitness line? And they were like, okay, like, we'll let that like slide.
Yeah.
Ended up getting an A on the paper, and I took the plan home to Liz. I said, this is what we're going to do.
And really like at the time, there was only these like huge brands, that we could kind of like look up to. There weren't really like any smaller brands like that were owned by women or, that were doing well that we could like really relate to or compare to. So it was just like, how the hell are we gonna do this? Like, what do you even mean? Like, are we gonna just buy this stuff and try and sell it? Or are we gonna try and make this stuff by hand? Like, what? We had no idea.
I would have Liz in the back with a sewing machine.
No, exactly. She's like, and now you're gonna go to sewing school. No, but it was. There was just so much unknown. We had no business experience. We had no experience in manufacturing and production and all of the things that go into creating a line. And I'm not gonna lie. Like at the beginning, I was very hesitant. I was like, I have this cool like personal training thing going right now.
You're like, that's making me money. It's consistent.
Yeah, it's making me money. But I was like, I'm not gonna lie. Like I could do without the 5 a.m. wake up calls.
Seriously.
Yes, I think we all. we can all relate to that.
That was that was running me down for sure. So, when Sine came to me with this, I was like, I trust you, and I feel like whatever like plan this kind of is, even though it started more so as just like something fun and like a hobby, I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Like let's just see where it goes. And Sine's like networking skills and just basically like taking absolutely no no's for an answer. in every single room that we would go in is what really catapulted us like forward in you know, the business aspect. Like she was like, dude, you make it look good, I'm gonna make sure that we're in the right rooms and that we're like doing the right things to like make sure that we're moving forward.
So Sinead, it was your business plan, but what was your initial vision? I mean, that's more than 5 years ago now. I mean, was your vision what it is now? Like, or what was...
Honestly, no. Like I mean, of course, you know, like anything you start, you want it to go big and like this is gonna be my career. But to the magnitude that it is now, it's like I almost have to pinch myself.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you like for real? Like this is like where it's going. And you know, just like the lives that it's changing and the confidence that it's giving women, it's like, it's not just about the leggings. It's about how we're making women feel. And it's just like a much bigger scale thing that Liz and I both could have never imagined.
I love that. No, and you can just tell, like, it's genuine, it's real. You guys come in here and you preach women empowerment, but with cameras off, you guys are really like that. So
they are absolutely amazing too. And I have to say, like, when I met you guys, it was at the Nike HQ event, right? And I think that was 2018. And everybody, there's a couple of girls there rocking their fits. And I was like, where'd you get that from? And then they're like, you don't know Liz and Sinead? There are these girls that got these cute fits. They're always rocking them and stuff like that. Now they're selling their own thing. And you guys were out of your apartment, right? Like they had their own warehouse in their room. So that apartment, you had a second room. And that second room was filled with all those clothes, like a showroom.
Exactly.
Right? And so talk about that, like that whole year and that experience. It seemed like you guys were starting to grow and pick up traction.
Yeah, I mean, so Liz and I were roommates at the time when we decided to start Lisi, and so Lisi started literally in our kitchen. I even have pictures of it. It was just like one hanging rack, a few bins, few pieces, printer on the kitchen table, very small.
Yeah, because when we started, like we only were, you know, we were putting our own money into it. So it was like the first order that we made was only like maybe 30 pieces, and it was only small and medium. So we had our...
We only started with $2,000. That's all we had to put in.
Yeah. And we basically, just started with, you know, those like very small units. And then when we would sell those, we would put it right back into the business, buy a little bit more, sell those through, buy a little bit more. And it just like...
So never took any profit home?
No, we didn't pay ourselves until 2020.
Wow. Whoa. So about 2 to 3 years later. I love that.
Not even a dime.
And how was that journey for you guys? Like, did you struggle? Were things tested in the meantime? Did you lose out on a lot, like friendships? Can you go into that?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a struggle, you know. I mean, alone just living in LA, it's just like you never know when the next job is coming or this and that. And, you know, to put the time into building a business and also making sure that your rent is paid, it's a lot. It's definitely a lot.
Yeah, I will say that at the time, I was in, you know, a relationship, and it was really, really hard for me, basically having to be like, you know, hey babe, like I can't really do training anymore. I need to be at Lisi full time, giving my all into this because I know that we can grow something great. Can you hold us down, pay the rent? Like, it was a really hard time for me. I was asking for grocery money. I was asking for, you know what I mean? Like, I really didn't have, like, I was, you know, up until that point, I was gigging. I was doing, like, you know, this and that, modeling, personal training, obviously, like, to make ends meet. And I knew that if I really put my all into Lisi, that we were going to, like, really get it back. And, it was a hard time, you know, to be like, all right, I, you know, have to like do what I have to do basically. And it took a lot of sacrifice, and it took a lot of, you know, emotional just shit that I'm, you know, still kind of working through like to this day, but I wouldn't take it back like for a moment. We kept building it, and it's all worth it for sure. But yeah.
That's amazing. So now, having had built this whole community, what has been the biggest struggle you guys faced so far?
The biggest struggle. I mean, we have
top 3.
Yeah.
Top 3.
Yeah, let's say top 3.
I mean, again, it's like Liz and I never came from any type of business background. You know, it's like we really are just two normal girls. So imagine
self-taught.
Exactly.
Wow.
So
every lesson is a hard lesson.
Every lesson is a hard lesson. But like business didn't really take off for us until 2020. And it happened so quickly. So it wasn't like a gradual, like, okay, we're getting used to it. It's like all of a sudden business take off. We're like, oh my God, like, okay, we need workers, we need this, we need that. And like, you know, and then it's like also learning all like the legal laws of like labor and
HR,
everything,
and payroll, and all the things. So like, not that we had any like hard lessons with that. Everybody that has come to us to work with us has literally come to us. Like, we've only had maybe 2 or 3 positions that we've like actually interviewed for. Like, these girls from the very beginning, even the girls that we have to this day, came to us that were, you know, like our friends. Like, when we first started, it was just our girlfriends that we would ask, like,
we'd
to
pack
come
and ship like on the apartment floor, like,
Yeah.
hey girl, I know you're hungover today, but want to like come and like help us pack orders?
like, well, yeah, we'll buy,
No,
we'll buy lunch.
we would
and
have
we'll
lunch
give you
and
a
there weren't
set.
enough seats, so we would like turn over like the mailbox like bin and like have like our lunch like on the bin. So a lot of the girls actually that still are with us now are still from the apartment days.
Wow. So how big is your team now?
We have about, I would say 14. Depends. Like we have
yeah.
like our photographer and like, you know, people that like come in and like help us. But like our main team, like daily, I would say about 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But like when we
awesome.
first moved from the second apartment into the big warehouse that we're in right now, we had 24 employees.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was a big part of that was, you know, packers and shippers, because the fulfillment side of things is really a monster in itself. And we had girls that were super dedicated to us. Like, we loved them, they loved us. But we kind of put, you know, a little bit too much, you know, all at once when we were really blowing up. And I think there's a lot of businesses right now that are kind of going through, you know, a little bit of like a decline in, you know, sales and just things like that. And yeah, unfortunately, like, you know, a lot of them, we weren't able to like keep on past then. And we went from a team of 24 to now 14 just because of, you know,
The inflation, just, like,
inflation,
everything.
things like that. And obviously us too, really getting like a little bit smarter on, you know, like where our money is going. When we were making so much money, it's so like blinding. Like, you're just like, I want to take care of this. You know what I mean? Like, all these girls, we want to take care of them. We want to like, we want this to be like their bread and butter. I don't want them to struggle like I struggled, you know? So, and we struggled. So, really wanting to like take care of them. But then our, you know, accountant and bookkeepers are like, how are you guys paying these girls the same amount in, you know, Black Friday month as you are in the slowest month? And
This
you know what I
wasn't
mean?
adding up.
It wasn't adding up. There was like a lot of inefficiencies, and that just comes with like experience, you know, and just like learning as you go. So yeah, we've had to cut down our team, but we still like have just like girls that are, they're just incredible, you know, like they ride for us, they want to grow with us, they see the potential, they see the vision, and we hope to like continue to keep teaching them as they're teaching us. Like,
That's good.
I mean, they really do like teach us every day.
And that's super important. So with everything, when you started, did you have to take out a loan or any grants or anything like that, get any investors, or was it you guys just putting money constantly back in your business?
Yeah, again, like how we didn't pay ourselves until 2020, like everything that we would get back, any extra we had, we put it right back into inventory. And that's really the trick in business. You know, you don't want to start taking from the pot too prematurely. You need to just wait until it builds up, and you'll know when.
See, that's amazing. A lot of people don't know that at all. People would assume that you've taken out loans and you've done so much, but like, you guys are self-taught, self-made. You've done everything on your own. And how's that affected your community and inspired other girls to start their own business and do other things?
For sure. I mean, I think it's just recently now, Liz and I are kind of, you know, telling more about our story and like the back history. I feel like people kind of know the surface level of our story, but now we're really like going on like a deeper level and really like telling the ins and outs and everything that we
like the relationship that I was in, you know, that I was like basically having to like ask for money all the time, you know, it didn't end well. And it was in 2020, March of 2020, when we actually broke up, was our accountant basically came to us and was like, you guys are ready to get paid.
It was like 2 weeks. I was stuck in Bali around then.
Okay, that's a whole other story. That's a whole other story. But I went through this crazy breakup, and I was like, low-key homeless, and
She was living
had
on my couch because
no-
her old bedroom we had turned into like the Lisi showroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when they had broken up, it was literally like Liz was back living with me, but on my couch this time. And yeah, it was a crazy experience. I mean, like with her breakup and just like the world feeling like it's ending, and like we didn't know if Lisi was even gonna make it through.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like our website was sold out. We're like, how? You know, like, is there a glitch? Is there something wrong?
Like the universe was like, boom, gotcha. Like,
That's amazing.
Gotcha. Like literally our accountant was like I was like, okay, at this point, like, I don't even know how I'm going to just be on Sinead's couch. And he was like, you girls like can get your first paycheck from Lacey. And it was like insane.
Can I ask you how much that paycheck was, your first one?
it was 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you're like,
Oh, are you
Oh, that was
serious?
something.
the best
Yeah.
5,000 I ever made.
Are
from
you
it.
Sure. I even
kidding?
called my mom and I'm like, Mom, I made 5,000 from Lisi this month. She's like, you finally paid yourself? I'm like, yeah.
That's so awesome.
Awesome.
It was
I have to get a little bit personal if y'all don't mind me asking, because like, I mean, this is a lot, having to do so much with your business and having a lot of people in your life can really affect you. So let's talk about your friends. Like, have you lost any of your close friends in the process of you building Licifit?
Honestly, no. I feel like we've taken our friends really with us, Rita, who's our COO, I've known for 10 plus years. Defina, I've known since middle school. And yeah, I mean, and even anyone that we bring on like becomes like a friend to us, like we have like Jessie now, and like we're all like a family within Lisi. Like we hang out outside of work, like we're best friends. And of course we haven't lost friends, but there are breakdowns in our relationships. But luckily we're just like a solid group of girls where we can come from a place of heart. We can talk to each other. We have open communication, and we get through it. So we're not friends like, oh, she did this, like I'm out. We're like, no. Like we don't do that around here. Like, we talk
I
about
love that.
Like,
a lot of women do not do that,
No,
right?
or they hold it in, and then all of a sudden
Yeah.
someone blows up and walks out, and you're like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah. So we've actually been really lucky to have one of our life coach. Her name is Lizzie, and she has worked with us from what she actually was helping us with packing and shipping at first. And she came in and she was like, oh, I do, some like coaching and things like on the side. And we were like, okay, cool. Like, we love that, just like positive mindset. You're spreading, amazing words, like as you're packing and shipping. That's great. She's like, oh, I see a little bit more. Like, I want to work with you girls, like, individually and all this. And we started seeing her individually and then working together, like, through our exec team and in smaller teams, even like with the, the packers and shippers. And we just saw such a difference in how the girls were able to, either way, we're a group of women, that work together. There's going to be shit that comes up. There's going to be drama that happens, like, in their own personal lives and within like the business. So being able to talk all that through, have a mediator, have somebody there that's validating both sides and talking like it through, it's really for sure been a lifesaver for us.
And even Liz and I to this day still see her. Yesterday we had a session with her together.
It's like, it's like talk therapy, and like there's days that, we're just go, and we're putting out fires and there's just like shit is nonstop. But if we can have that time where we're like, all right, like you kind of said this that, didn't really sit right with me, or, you did this that I wasn't really like, a fan of, like, let's really like figure out how we can better communicate with each other and just be like better partners.
Yeah. And I love you guys instilled that before there were any problems. So it's kind of like, it's okay to talk about what's going on, because I feel a lot of us, like,
a lot of people don't want to do that
people just
at all.
Well, I come from that school of thought. I come from like, I didn't used to talk about shit. Like I would just like, and I'm still working through that right now. But where I would just like kind of bottle it all up, and then it would be like, like just like,
or she would say nothing at all.
I would just say
and
nothing
you're like,
at all.
I know
we would get in
something's wrong.
we would get in like fights and like like we going back and forth, and the next day she's like, hi, how are you? I'm like, I just swept it under the rug. But now, and it's like, now I'll like tell her like, what is going on? What is up? She's like, oh, like, and then she'll talk about it.
Yeah. So being able to like create that space for me, which I've never had in like a professional environment, has really like changed how I show up and like how we all show up.
Oh yeah. So
And
what are your? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just like making that for the people who work for you too, because I don't know one boss that has somebody on staff for for that or encourages their employees to, you know, talk out their problems.
Yeah, you guys are
It's
great
kind of like, we'll
leaders with
hush
that.
you
It's
and
so-
then
so
we'll
important.
figure it out.
We've learned that just, it does not end well.
Because I mean, girls go through so much. It's like in normal jobs. I remember, you know, working at Nordstrom, and I went through a breakup, and I'm like, God, I got to pull myself together and just act like I'm not crying. Everything's okay. And it's like after work, I just be bawling. But in our community, you could come up and be like, I just broke up with my boyfriend. I'm like, what do you need? Do you need to go home early today? It's like we're very understanding, and they could come to us about anything. Like there's so much that just like goes on, you know, as women, and we need to be understanding and be able to create that culture within work.
That's beautiful. I love that. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, what I was going to ask is, what are you guys' core values that you now establish for your company?
God, we had a whole list of them. It was
Yeah, we
hard to
do.
like narrow them down. We tried to get it down to like 5. We have like a whole list.
Yeah. Definitely like love is
Yeah.
number one. We lead with love. We speak with love.
Accountability.
Yes, accountability is a big one. You know, like
Integrity's on there.
integrity, family, respect,
Community.
community as we're growing and building. Really like, you know, like owning it. Like we really want to bring on like self-starters and people that, you know, like we said, to this day, these girls have no experience in the field that they are really in. Like we, you know, like these in the positions that they're in, they're not trained in, but they're doing their research. They're working hard. They're owning it. They're trying their best to really step up like in what they're doing. And that's like what we're really all about, is just like empowering them in those positions so that they can feel like they're really elevating and doing something amazing. And
It seems like
cool
you're
to
not
see.
trying to keep your people smaller than you. You're like encouraging them to grow. And I feel like a lot of times people get scared or like, oh, I don't want them to do too much because then they're going to outshine me. And I feel like with you guys have that confidence where if you're doing better, then the whole team's going to do better. I know that's something that's definitely showing.
that's
with
like
you.
a goal of ours. We don't want to
Yeah.
we want to be the dumbest ones in the room, you know, like we want people in our team
Yeah,
to be
for
like so
sure.
smart that they're inspiring us to be better.
Definitely.
Yeah, I love that. Love that.
That's amazing. So I have to ask, I have to get a little bit more personal. So dating men, how has it been since, you know, like you guys are CEOs of your company and you guys are such strong-willed women. Has it affected your ability to date men who don't really see eye to eye with that?
I mean, yes. I mean, I was single for 7 years and got into a relationship in December, and yeah, I definitely think there is a struggle there of, I mean, for me personally, is knowing when to cut off like boss mode and manager and when to turn it on. You know, like sometimes I'll go home and like start going in on like my thing, and I have to know how to like go on and off.
Yeah,
you know,
for
because like
sure.
all day I'm like this, and then I go home and I'm still like this. So learning the balance, the language, the tone really makes a difference.
Tough.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, I've been single for the past like 2.5 years. And when I was in a relationship, I obviously was in a completely drastically different position where, you know, I wasn't making money. I wasn't, you know, confident in myself. And now that, you know, I'm more secure in those realms, like it is hard finding a guy that is okay with that and is okay with you making a little bit more than he does, or, you know, you having ambitions or, you know, things like that. I feel like guys are like becoming a little bit more like okay with it, but it's still like they still feel
And
like,
would you be okay making more money than your partner?
yeah, like
That doesn't bug you at all? Yeah.
Yeah. At
I
the end of
would
the
be.
day, I think it comes to like gestures, you know, like if you're still like for me, like acts of service is like my love language. So it doesn't have to do with money, you know, like that has to do with like making me feel safe and making me feel like protected. And I have no problem with that. And that's something that's just like mind blowing to me, because I came from, you know, a very small town in the South where I was expected to become a housewife and expected to, you know, just be taken care of. And now that that's kind of like flipped on me, I have a whole different perspective on, you know, what I want in a relationship and what I, you know, expect. And I'm way more open-minded now. And I do feel like it is harder for men to kind of like step down. And
So
and
how does
feel like
somebody
that
reach
today.
out? I mean, like for obviously, because I'm sure men do come up to you, and what is your number one turn off when somebody tries to come up to you? And
Ooh,
then
I
what
like that,
what's gonna
yeah.
actually like get them like a spot possibly like in the door?
Such a
You
good
know?
question.
Like automatic turn off, like you're just like, no, don't even, I'm not even gonna give you my time.
I mean, it's like the cheesy one-liners for me, you know. It's just like, I mean, yeah, there's so many that like I'm just like, ugh. But like, if a guy talks like business, like if you can talk like Shopify to me or about like investing or like you know like anything like that, like that's when like my ears start like perking up. I'm like, okay, you know, like I just like my mind like stimulated, you know, like be able to teach me something, you know, like all this like surface stuff. I'm like, ugh, you know, like whatever.
Same.
But it's
Yeah.
like once you can like stimulate my mind or like my emotion, just make me think differently. Like I love that.
Same. I always say like now I don't have a type anymore. Like I used to, you know, have a very specific look that I like. went
Six pack, yes or no?
It was that was my
That was
my
the type.
my kryptonite was the six pack. But you know now, yeah, like Sine said, I want somebody that is really going to stimulate my mind and like make me think and make me grow and learn and look at ways of life differently and become, you know, more creative and just like, you know, yeah, all of the things that, you know, expand who you are as a person. I think it's so much more important than looks, because looks fade.
They really do.
Straight up.
Yep.
Have you guys met any guys yet where that like meet you on your level or not even close?
Cricket.
I guess that's no. Let's get this question.
Where do you find them? Please tell us. Where are we going? Where are we going? No, because like
Not in
I
LA,
think,
that's for sure.
right.
my God.
Because yeah, I feel like we don't like go out that much. So like we're not
There's
really
no time for that, right?
There's not a lot of time.
And I'm sure you don't want to meet them at like a party that you're going to,
No.
or
You can't find no love in no club either.
no.
you know,
Yeah,
like
it's hard.
Yeah, we did. We even found like, you know, somebody that we're working with in our business.
Yeah.
Actually out at like Delilah. So that, you know, ended up working out. He's not like romantically involved, but
Yeah.
I think just now as like the world is opening back up and we're trying to like just be out more, we are putting ourselves, you know, more out there, and it is definitely hard to find quality out here.
There's a lot of quantity, but not quality.
Yep.
I
But
don't know what it is about like the dating scene and stuff like that, but it's just so strange nowadays. Like the guys and everything are so weird about women having businesses or just being entrepreneurs. Marissa, I'm sure you can relate to some extent when you come across certain people. Not like I
Yeah.
know you have your husband, but just men having to come to you as a boss, right?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. When we first started opening up the gyms, and I mean, it's men everywhere. And then even Jay would, thankful because he would pass me the torch. She's like, no, talk to her. Like, whatever she says, I'm going to say the same exact thing. Just she'll probably say it a little nicer than I will, you know? So it's like trying to get that respect, but it's hard. It's hard for grown ass men to look at you like an equal.
it is.
Before
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you do what? You've been
Yeah.
doing this for how long? Like,
Yeah.
no, I've been doing this probably longer than you even thought about being a personal trainer, you know? So it's hard, but I think people just are inexperienced and they're still kids and they're big kids thinking that they can run the world and do whatever they want. And women are an accessory, you know?
Facts.
So
I feel like the evolution of women has changed progressively in every sort of way. You see so many women running their own businesses. You see a lot of strong women out there that are physically fit and they're lifting. They're just trying to take it up that next level. And I think that it's like our time in a sense to be able to grow and fulfill that role. And I absolutely love it. And that's what I love about you ladies, because you're just growing as much as you can. So let me ask you this. From your vision from the beginning, has it completely changed with Licifit? Do you see something else happening for Licifit in the near future?
Yeah, it's definitely changed all in like a positive way. Again, just being bigger than we ever imagined. And yes, we do have some like growth plans. We plan on getting into swim, so that's coming pretty soon.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So excited.
We're really excited about that. Because
I'm
I
excited.
you
even
guys
had
should
trouble.
do a shoot at the day club you guys met.
Oh my God.
It's shut down now. Completely abandoned. But that would be cool.
I
Like a little
know.
flashback.
Yeah.
But no, we're really excited about that because I even struggle, like, you know, being able to find swimsuits that like fit really well, that have like fun patterns. So
Yeah, we're bringing that same vibe that we have with Lisi, where, you know, we want it to be inclusive for all sizes and shapes. And yeah, we're bringing,
I'm gonna throw it out there. You guys are gonna need a maternity line soon.
yes.
I know.
Trust
you
me, we
asked
get
us
it.
about that.
Please,
And we
please.
do
yes.
have women that wear
Oh,
their
yeah, for
Lisi
sure, yeah.
up till full term, but I
Yes.
get it.
They want like the
It gets-
supported. Like,
Yeah, they
yeah,
want
I know.
the
I want to be like Rihanna. Like
I know.
I just-
Yeah. That's a whole nother.
exactly. But yeah, we are excited about that. We have some other things up our sleeve
Brewing.
that are coming. But yeah, we have a lot more coming for sure. And we just want to like expand, you know, our product line to not only be for the girl that wants to be super loud and you know, bold, but as we're getting older and we want to wear things that are more comfortable and more neutral and
Right.
more yeah, like we want to bring that to our
I saw that with
customers.
your goddess line too. That you guys like it definitely. Like it was more of a
We
like,
toned it down a little.
a tone, but
Yeah.
it was to me it felt like a classy vibe too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I opened up that email. I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
I think this is one of my favorite collections.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Even like those styles, like the new one shoulder and like
Yes.
the crop V like tank top
Very
that we're coming out with.
athleisure.
Yeah,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
we've been working on those styles for a year.
Oh my God, maybe
Like
more.
Whoa.
we've
Wow.
so you know, with everything that's like delayed and you know just things that are happening in the world, like we expected for this to come like so much sooner. So
Geez,
it's like
so you guys had to have a lot of patience.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
But and that's the truth with, you know, swim, with everything that's coming. It's
That's
like
right.
we've been working on this for so long and we can't wait to show everybody.
So when will the swim debut?
TBD.
in
Yeah.
August.
I mean, again, it's like this whole manufacturing overseas. It's just a lot going on, but you know, we're doing everything we can to try and get things in on time. We just resubmitted some samples, so
But definitely this year is what we're hoping.
we're hoping. Yeah.
Yikes.
We might have like a December shoot.
Oh
Like,
my God.
Oh man.
All right.
it all works out
Ship
in
it
the
to
perfect.
Australia. Ship it to Australia. during that.
Something.
All works out in the
Yeah,
perfect
that's
timing.
right.
Or I'll just sit on it to next summer.
No, it all works out like in the perfect timing. I swear. Like
Yeah.
every like release that we come out with somehow correlates with things that are going on in our lives, or like just it all works out in the perfect timing. So we try not to stress too much about the timing and you know how things are coming late and all that. But yeah, it's on the way.
I love that. So I have a question for you ladies. What advice would you like to give your audience for today? Any life advice, any tips, any business tips that you want to share with them?
Yeah, I would say, you know, like really follow your dreams and your passion. You know, like I feel like people are so scared to go after like what they really want. There's so much doubt. But really just follow that and believe in yourself, you know, and like we are literally true testaments that like the two Stooges could like make this happen. So like, you know, like anyone can, if you have like the right drive and, you know, the right heart and really make connections and network, like anything is possible. Always remember that somebody knows somebody. So like
Yes.
if you have an idea,
Yes.
go for that and see who's in your network, who could help you out. If they don't have somebody, they'll know somebody.
Yep.
So don't be scared to ask questions. Don't be scared to get a no, because there could be 10 doors you try to open and that one door that does open is going to be
The biggest
Your
thing was I was like, search for no's. As somebody told me, it was like, the more no's you get, that's the closer you're going to get to the yes that you need.
Absolutely.
So you have to get turned down over and over.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, which is, you know, it puts you down a little bit, but as I've found in life, it does not go to plan. Ever.
Ever.
So all those plans that you make, just take them with a grain of salt, you know, and just be like, just know that whatever is going to happen, it's all going to be okay. Like at the end of the day, if you're leading with your heart and you're doing what you feel is your passion and that, you know, is your purpose, everything's going to be okay.
Love that.
I love that too.
And if it's not okay, it's not the end.
All right, so enough about this business talk. We know you're serious. We know you're bosses. What do you guys travel? Well, I know you guys get inspired for some of your lines from traveling. So what is the next big trip that you guys are thinking about going?
Yes, we love to travel.
We do.
We went to Africa last year. We love Tulum.
Liz used to never travel, by the way. I used to
Never.
like, come on, let's go. She's like, hey. okay, whatever. And I think after the trip to Africa, she's like, holy shit, like, why was I not like
I caught the
traveling
travel
before?
bug.
Yeah, no, it's
I mean-
once you see it, you're just like,
Yeah. Have you seen their pictures when they travel to Africa and they're
Yes.
feeding the giraffes in their robes and stuff like that?
So funny.
Oh my gosh, it was so crazy. They were just eating breakfast and then the giraffes were coming and eating with them.
Well,
It was insane.
we literally, Sine used to, plan all of our trips, like, from the moment that we would land until the moment that we left. I probably slept like 3 hours every single night. Like, we would have to get up, do my hair and makeup. We'd bring change of clothes to every location so that we could do 2 locations in one day. And like, we were just trying to like see as much as we possibly could. But now we have a travel agent that we work with who did our Africa trip, and it was unbelievable.
Yes. And so she's actually planning our next trip. Well, it's already planned. We've been planning our next trip, which is in July, for over a year now. So we're going to be gone almost all of July. We're going to Italy, we're going to France, and we're going to Greece. On like a
I
little,
just
like,
came back
Euro.
from Italy, and you guys are gonna have.
It's our first time. We're
Yeah,
so
it was
excited.
I'm so excited.
And you guys are gonna be on the whole month.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Good for you. I was gone for 16 days, and I was like,
That was a
felt
long
mean,
time. I missed
yeah.
you.
but like you were like, damn, I have to be.
You're
back.
just
Yeah.
16 days all in Italy?
No, I was 5 days in Egypt, and then
Oh, wow.
4 to 5 days in Egypt, and then we went to Italy and did 10 days there, and we bounced around from Rome, Florence, and then ended in Venice.
Oh wow. So that's the way to do it. I feel like when you're already like in Europe and that side of the world, like go to a few places. Like
Yes,
I made the
yes.
mistake where I just go to one place. I'm like, God, it's only 3 hours to like
Yeah.
the next place. Like just like go. So that's when we knew better. We're like, okay, we need to plan like an actual like Euro trip. So
That's
that's
awesome.
what's coming up in
you
July.
guys are gonna have the best time for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, we're
I
excited.
know. Can't wait.
I love that.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
We'll be getting all the content photos for sure.
Yeah.
and
Oh my
Yes.
goodness. That's
Hopefully
probably
we-
going to inspire your bikini line.
I was
huh,
just
and
going to say,
everything.
hopefully we can bring some samples to shoot
Greece.
out there.
we can
That
do
would
this.
be amazing.
Yeah.
Are you guys thinking about like bikini, like Brazilian bikini?
Okay,
Oh,
so let me tell you.
absolutely.
I'm so sorry.
It has to
I need it
be.
in my life.
No granny bottoms
You
around
already
here,
know.
okay?
You already know.
I mean, like
Lacey-
cheeky, cheeky all day.
Just wait.
cheeky,
Just
cheeky. You
wait.
already know that we're. you
Cinch
already-
that waist, honey.
Yes.
Yes, we have the super like barely there that are high
yes.
cut. We have a little bit more coverage that's barely there, that's high cut, and then we have a little bit moderate coverage in the back.
I love
but
how
it's
she's
like-
turning her hip as she's like,
and it's high
Stop it.
cut. Yeah, and then the same thing with the tops. We would do a little itty bitty, a little bit bigger, full coverage.
Yes.
So it's like
And a one piece.
And a one piece.
nice.
Oh, good.
Yes,
Yeah.
a one piece that's like low in the back.
I love how
but
diverse
full.
you guys are with that.
We
We're all body ranges.
It's hard, it really is. Like we want to make sure that every single woman in every single size feels comfortable and confident in our stuff, from our active to our swim.
Yeah.
So it really was hard, but working with our designers and just inspiration from what we've seen and what we actually want in our bikinis, we hope that we're putting out like a really bomb first Licifit swim. So we're excited.
I'm excited.
I feel like you guys are going to do so well because you already learned with Licifit. Now you're going to learn with Licifit swim, right? And I mean,
And you
but
guys
it's
don't
gonna
skip
get
out on
better.
the quality, so
Yes, that's another
That's
thing.
our
that
one of
I
our
never do.
biggest thing is the quality. Like we would rather pay extra and get the quality than pay less and have more of a profit. We're like,
Yeah.
absolutely not. Like we need the quality.
Yeah, our accountant's over us. He's like, you guys literally are like screwing your own bottom line, but we're like, it's fine.
The
It's
quality
going to pay
needs to be
off
there.
in the end because that's what people want. I know that when I bought Nike, some of the Nike material or any other brands, they always like rip. The inseam just like falls
Yeah, for
apart,
sure.
and then something looks crazy. Like I got a flat back with a slit in it from my butt, you know what? And I gotta like suck in my gut and stick out my butt to make it look like look really cute. But with their stuff, like I feel like I look cute all the time, no matter
angles.
what.
You don't have to worry about your angle.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, no, we got you, and hopefully everybody.
You're gonna
loves
be
it.
modeling it.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm ready for that swimsuit.
Yeah, Stormy,
Yeah.
you killed this last shoot. Like this goddess
Stormy
shoot was.
is such a
Archie,
professional.
Archie killed the shoot. Okay, that owl did.
We've had you in my. I've been reaching out to you for how long? Freaking
Yeah, forever.
6 months trying to get you to come shoot for us.
Yeah.
So I'm glad it finally worked out.
Yes,
and it
me
couldn't have
too.
been better
A better
aligned
shoot.
for you to come shoot with us for the goddess shoot, because you are a goddess, and we absolutely love you, and you just embody every single thing that we love about the Lisi woman, and we're excited for you to inspire
I
our
love you
women.
ladies, and I'm seriously so proud of you, and you guys inspire me. And same thing with Marissa, you guys are just all power women, and so I'm just like very proud and honored to be around you ladies. But let's talk about something else. Like, what do you love to do around your times where you're on your downtime, you're relaxing? Because I'm gonna be honest, before I got here, I smoked a little weed, actually a big joint. I'm not even gonna play.
You're like, that
I
tornado
love it.
stressed me out.
I'm just telling you, Midwest.
It's not for me.
It isn't. Like, the weather is just so bipolar. You don't even want to live there. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But do you guys like to smoke weed? Is that your thing, or?
So absolutely, we
We are stoner CEOs.
I mean,
for sure.
I'm from the Bay Area, and it's like
Okay.
I like grew up around it, and it's just like a part of my life. You know, I don't even like think about it more. But I never really like post that I do or anything. But best believe, the minute we are off work, me and Liz are in the car.
We're like coming out of our meetings and we're just like, light it up, Sparky. Like, you gotta unwind.
Absolutely. But it does. It just like helps you unwind. And sometimes we even like get more creative on it. I remember we had this one collection coming out and we didn't know what to call like these different prints. So we got high on the couch and we're like, what do we like call these? And we literally came up with remember it was the tropical
Yeah,
collection?
it was this whole this whole
Orchid
tropical
Paradise
collection,
and
Santorini sunset.
Yes.
We were just like going
Yes.
off, like just like these like keywords, and just like we had the best time. Like, we really
I mean,
do.
some of our old names were a little like I don't know. Like
Oh,
we had
okay.
we had a print called Acid Drop before. I mean, we've never done
Before we
that,
had
you know?
HR.
Yeah, before we had HR, we've never done that. But like it just looked like it. So we'll just go like way up here with like the names. We're like, fuck it, like let's just like
Yeah.
do it, you know?
See what goes.
Yeah, but we do like to.
Yes,
to
weed is
smoke.
good.
Smoke weed. We like to drink a little bit.
You gotta let
We
loose.
Yeah.
we work really hard, and we love to unwind. We definitely don't do it every single night. Like I would say, when we go out, we have a good time with our girlfriends and kind of just like release, all of the
You have
stresses
to.
that we have during the week. And that's a good time, and that's fun. Yeah.
I love that. It's just real. It's like you can't always be boss and not like just
Unwind.
Yeah, you have to be
sure,
able to
yeah.
unwind. That's how long you guys are gonna be able to like keep going. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. So, what else would you like your listeners to learn about you?
I mean, I would say just, that we are just like normal girls,
Yeah.
that like Sine
Like
said.
brunch with your. I feel like I'm
really-
gonna like have lunch with my bestie right now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
all day.
just
Just
like-
sometimes women see you and then they're like, "Oh my god," and they can be intimidated by you guys
Yeah.
because you're just doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And like even like what Instagram, puts
Oh my
off, you know,
gosh,
like
yeah.
you know,
It's the
of course,
highlight
like
reel.
like we're
Yeah.
all like posed and like cute, but when
Yeah.
they really get to know us, everyone always says about like Liz and I, like, oh my god, you guys are so down to earth, you guys
Yeah.
are so fun, you guys
Yeah.
are so sweet, but like Instagram really does like portray a whole different
Yeah, it's so
version
true.
of us,
It's
and we
much
are, and we're trying to get better
Yeah.
at like showing, like the
It's-
real us, like how we are now. But it's just it is hard being vulnerable or putting yourself out there. Again, this is our first podcast. That was a big
And
step
we're
for
honored.
us.
We're honored.
Yes, truly.
We wouldn't have done it with anybody else. For
Yes.
sure. But yeah, it's hard, it is when you have this brand that's just like growing, and there's so many women that have like their eyes on us, like I know for me, I definitely struggle with, anxiety, social anxiety, just wanting things to be, perfect from like the outside. And I know that I am working on being more vulnerable and just being like more, transparent about what's really going on, like for me personally, because I think that a lot of women can relate to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the shit is not all shiny, it is not all gold. There is a lot of hardships that, come along with it, a lot of sacrifices, but it's so worth it, At the end of the day, like we're actually growing this regional leader program within our brand with our ambassadors, and just hearing these women speak about their own lives and their own experiences is so like incredible to hear. And the fact that they want to be a part of something that we've built, it's so humbling, and it's so like it just makes us so grateful for everything that we've built. But at the same time, it does put a lot of pressure on us, I'm not gonna lie. Like
we really do feel like we have to show up for these women, you know, and we have to like be
The strong one.
the strong ones. Yeah. And we do put a lot on our backs. And I think in these coming months, you guys are going to really see a lot more from us, just being transparent and being more vulnerable with our own journeys and our own personal lives, because it is important that, you know, we not only show like all the glitz and glam of, you know, Lisi and this beautiful, you know, headquarters that we've moved into, but you know what comes along with it, and the struggles and the hardships and the anxiety and the depression and just things that everyone deals with, that everyone can relate to, that we all just, you know, if we talked about it more,
And it shows that it's
help.
attainable too, because I think when women, they see other women succeeding, it's kind of like they put you on a pedestal and they're like, wow, they're awesome. But like when you actually break it down, you're like, I'm just like you. Like maybe I had a little bit more grit, a little bit more fire, but if I could do it, like you could do it. And that's what you guys are preaching, and that's what your team is showing up as well. And that's amazing.
I love how you guys are leading by example, because that you guys are embodying all your core values, and that is the most important things, because you can go to another company, they don't even have any of those things, they wouldn't even consider it, but you guys are building a legacy, and that's something to be taken from, because it's so important. You're setting an example for someone who doesn't have anybody. You're bringing together a family, a nucleus of people who are actually growing from all that, and I'm so proud of you ladies for doing that. And so with your ambassador program, how many ambassadors do you have so far?
We have about 1,500 in that program.
Wow.
Yeah, we have our influencer program, then we have our ambassador
Wow.
program.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's huge. And have you been like picking certain ladies to join the program? Have you seen certain women where you're like, you know what, I don't think this is a good fit for you, so we're just going to have to kindly decline you? Or have you experienced that so far?
No, and not really. And that's when we first built out our ambassador program. Like we wanted it to be where you could apply and you could only have 300 followers, or you could apply and you have 3 million followers. Because I feel like with social media these days, people only look at followers and you know what you're posting.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
you know
for sure.
it's a huge like self-confidence like factor to women when they don't get accepted for something. So unless like the lady has like not posted Lisi at all, or just like totally does not like align with the brand, then of course, you know, we just politely decline. But we really try and include everybody. It doesn't matter how many followers you have, it doesn't matter what you look like, it doesn't matter any of that. If you're to
That's what I
represent like the
absolutely
core
love.
of Lisi,
Yeah.
then you're in.
Wow. And you have some loyal women that are in there, and then just a lot more coming. And my little sister Star, she is so obsessed with their line. She keeps wearing and stealing all my stuff that goes missing. But she loves it, and she just like loves the vibe. And when she went there to you guys' HQ and she saw how everything was, she was like, wow, it's a culture that you guys have. And a lot of people don't have that. When you say, like, especially with their own
100%.
business.
I mean, I'm telling you, we have what, 90 trainers at our facilities, like combined, you know?
Wow. Yeah.
And I will say not one girl in that place does not know who you are, who I know I have about 4 to 6 girls that are in your guys' ambassador programs who love what you guys are doing. And to me, because it's like you guys, you know, totem pole. It's like you guys are treating everybody like an equal, and they come back to the gyms feeling so much better. Like anytime they've had conversations with you, they're like, they're the nicest girls ever. Like nothing but good things. So even before I met you guys, it was, I mean, I heard you guys were amazing and nice, and especially from Stormy. And then even, like I said, my trainers, they absolutely love you guys. Absolutely.
Oh, even after the
thank
event,
you.
remember when we had that? They would not stop talking about you ladies. 'Cause
Yeah.
they gained so much from what you said and the advice you gave.
And the fact that you guys stayed after, like
Yeah.
mixed with them, and we had people there that are making their own brands, and the fact that you didn't shun them off, and you're like, no, girl, meet me in like 2 minutes over there, and I'm gonna let you know how we did it. I'm like, my heart, you know, like
Because we know how it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say, like, one of my very first clients, Desi, who has worked with you at Self-Made.
Yeah.
I mean, she like has come such a long way, and I will say, like, you know, just the tandem of, you know, me working with her and then you working with her has really grown her confidence
100%.
and to the person that she is today. So I think that it's so important that us like boss women, you know, continue to like pass that off to
Yes,
whoever
absolutely.
we're working with, you know, because you just never know, you know, like what somebody's going through. And for her specifically, like, I know that was, you know, a big thing for her, for you to, you know, be working with her. And, you know, she has said that, you made like a big impact on her as well. So
Thanks. And that's great. It's like we love our jobs, and you know, it's like when you genuinely love what you're doing, like that's gonna radiate. And people, you can't fake the funk.
yeah.
You can't fake
And I
the
feel
funk.
like you ladies are attracting that. Like you're on such a high vibration and you guys keep climbing that you're going to attract those kinds of people. Because the other people, all they can do is just probably talk shit because they're doing less. You know what I mean? And that's what I've always kind of like noticed about certain people who aren't doing anything. They're always going to be the ones to talk a lot of shit anyways and just put other people down. But you guys have no time for that because you're just on that higher vibration where you're, hey, if you're up here, if you're about this and your intentions are to get better, then we want you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I love that. So
And if you got shit to say, then we got a life coach. Let's go talk to her about it.
I was like, I just talked to Jason. I think we might need a life coach on staff because there's there's some crazy shit going on over there.
I got you. I
Oh,
got
man.
you.
all right. So where can they follow you?
Yes. All the channels.
Channels, website, everything.
Yes. So Lisi's is at LICIFIT. Our Instagram is licifit.com. And I'm Cinee, CINEE with a little underscore. And
How many underscores?
just one.
Okay. Some people go crazy on
It's just
that.
my first name. It's
Okay.
my first name, one underscore. And Liz.
And I'm at LIZ Holtz, HOLTZ. And yeah.
And then in case you didn't know, Lisi is the both of our names. Some
Lee
people are like,
and
where'd you guys
C.
get the
That's
name
so
from? We're like,
clever.
You're like, we smoked on my couch.
exactly.
Literally. And then after Acid Drop came out, and
No, literally all of our friends would just like call us like, okay, we're going to LC's house, or we're going to Lee and C's, or we're going to, and it just kind of like
Flow
stuck,
together.
Yeah.
you know?
Wow, that's pretty dope.
Because it's hard to come up with a business.
Oh,
name.
yeah.
That's really hard.
it's stuck with you forever.
You want it to mean something.
Yeah,
but like,
and something that people will always remember, and
Yeah.
that's so catchy.
Yeah.
And it's just your names,
Yeah.
and it's just who you guys are.
And now
you
it's an
guys
empire.
check out their outfits; they're rocking their fits. Make sure you purchase it on their website.
Get ready for the Goddess collection.
Yes.
That's right. And guys, make sure you buy this for your girls, okay?
Yes,
Don't even
yes.
cheap or nothing.
don't even play. Your girl is going to love the scrunch
scrunch
butt.
butt.
And you're going to love her in the scrunch butt.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much. We will definitely have you back, and this is going to be great. Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
so
and we're
much.
looking forward to your future endeavors as well. So
Yes. Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you.
This is so much fun.
All right, y'all. It's a wrap.